Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to go through a quick tutorial on how to contribute translations to a Minecraft mod. So, with that, let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is go to the mods, CurseForge or ModRent page, whatever their public listing is. And what we're going to do from here is view source on the mod. So on ModRent we have this view source link. I can go to it, and that'll bring me to the GitHub page. For CurseForge, I can do something similar with this source link right here. Alright, so what next? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a look first of all to see what needs to be translated. So a lot of mods, the base structure is they're going to have an SRC folder here, which goes SRC, then main, then they'll have a Java and a resources folder. In my case, it's a little bit different. Some of my mods have this different layout, but where we'll find these here is under common, and then from there we'll follow the typical structure: SRC main, resources, and then from there we'll have the assets / whatever the mod ID is / lang. So inside here we can see these JSON files. These are what contain the translations. So I'm going to pull up the US English JSON file here. This contains our base set of translations that are going to exist within the mod. So what now? The next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a fork of the mod. This will, if I was not the owner of this mod, I would need to do this in order to contribute any files to it. So I'm just going to fork this under my personal account here. I can leave everything else the same, only copy that branch is just fine. Create fork. Give it just a moment. Alright, here we are. So on my fork of the mod, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to that common SRC main, resources, down to the lang folder again, and from here I'm going to copy the contents of this file, and from here I'm going to go back up to the lang folder, go to add file on the left, create new file, and the name of this one is going to depend on the language code for the mod that you're trying to, or for the language you're trying to translate into. But first, let me just go ahead and paste in those contents so that we have them for easy reference. Alright, so the next part of this is going to be grabbing the language code that you want to translate into. So the way these are named, they have different codes for the locale that you're trying to create your translations for. So with that, you have a big list of languages and the associated locale codes. So for instance, if I was trying to translate it into, let's say, lolcat, I would take this lol_us and copy that, and that would go up here in this name your file box. So I'm going to paste it here, add the .json extension, and from there you saw that this all kind of lit up in a way that indicates this is in the JSON format. So now you have it giving you your syntax highlighting. So from here, you don't want to remove a comma for one thing. So essentially the structure of this is every line contains a key here, which is just going to be your base translation key. This never gets modified in any of the translation files. It needs to match the keys that are used by the default translation set. And then you have within the quotation marks here your values. So this is the part that gets translated. You'll occasionally see something like a %s within the middle of this. This is a placeholder. So in this case, for this particular translation, it's page something out of something. And so the slash is part of the translation. These two will be filled in with the numbers when the game is running. because obviously we can't just make a bunch of page 1 out of whatever, 2 out of whatever, and have a big list of translations. That's just not going to work. So from there, one thing to note specifically about my mods is I also have this mod description right here. This will need to be translated. This is a placeholder for the English version of the mod description. So we can grab that by going into the game and looking at the mod menu to see what the description there is, and then provide a translation accordingly. All right, so with that, for every one of these, we can fill in the translation. For the ones that have formatting like brackets, I recommend leaving those brackets in place unless you know for sure that your language has a different convention for how it displays that formatting. And I think that just about covers it. So let's just say, I have no idea how LOL cats actually works. Funny page, is this right? I have no idea. Anyways, I'm going to commit changes next, which is just going to say, it's going to give us a default message of create whatever.json. It'll let you commit directly to the branch. And so yeah, let me go ahead and do this. All right, so now it says this branch is one commit ahead of the fireplace Minecraft mod / fireplace lib : 121.1. So what this means is your changes are saved successfully. As you can see, we have this LOLUS file here, and that exists with our changes. So the next thing that I can do is I can go to contribute. This is the last step in getting it ready to be added to the mod itself. So what we can do here is it's going to have us add a title, create whatever.json. You can fill in a description optionally if you have anything extra you want to say about the translations you've contributed. You can see down here showing one changed file with 15 additions and 0 deletions. This matches up. So from here, we can just hit create. And so what this will do is this will put it in a way where, as you can see, looking from my view here, I have this option to merge pull request, and that's what I'm going to do to actually bring your changes into the base mod. So as you can see, there's one other thing being done. We have this build against Windows pipeline that's running on the pull request. And what this does is it just kind of verifies that the contribution you're making does not break anything. So it's just going to be doing a bunch of stuff here, make sure the mod still at least builds. Can't catch everything, it's not perfect, but it should help at least. So one of the requirements of having this merged is just seeing that this passes. Not every mod is going to have one of these, by the way. This is just kind of a extra safety feature that some mods will have. Different ones may also have you check like a box for like a contributor license agreement or something like that, just to make sure that everything is good there. Anyways, so once this passes, this is pretty much it. I mean, once this is created, I will see that this is there. Feel free to post it in the Discord as well if you like, if there's no response after a while. So yeah, this concludes this tutorial about how to create Minecraft mod translations. Hope this was helpful. Please leave a like if this was useful. Thank you.